How are you?
Good.
Can I just do a small shaken espresso with just 1 cup of pumpkin spice and oat milk?
Yeah. Right, Michelle. Thank you.
Thank you so much. You too, thanks. Let's try it. To be honest, it's disappointing. Hello and welcome to this week's video. I wanted to get into the fall vibes because we're talking about fall decor today. You know, I don't normally go to Starbucks. I really don't. I don't like Starbucks typically, but since we're talking about fall decor, this is a way I'm less subtle with fall. I do like the pumpkin crap, you know? But with decor, I think I like things to just be a little bit more cozy feeling than wow, you're decorated for fall. Do you know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to be festive. I'm gonna get an obvious one out of the way. Let's talk about candles real quick. Changing your scent from, you know, your more summery scents to things that are a little bit more cozy, like warmer scents, spicier scents. Pretty obvious, I think, but maybe it's not. I don't know. These are things that I do. Taper candles. I have taper candles going all year round, but you could do something kind of like this with a little bit more fall colors. Not incredibly obvious, but it's still a little fall moment. I also really like using candle holders, especially if you are someone who's afraid of taper candles with like pets and things like that, kids. I really like this as an option for a taper holder. It's like a good way to have a taper holder that's safe but still beautiful, my opinion. I also just really like these normal candle holders. These like marble ones, I think they're really cool, and they can take you into winter as well. I think they're really pretty. Everything is linked below that I can link. Lighting is very important in colder months, but I like to make sure that all my bases are covered, especially starting in fall, because this is when you're starting to spend a lot more time inside than you are outside. I barely turned on my living room lights this summer. I swear I just really didn't, because we were always all sitting out in my backyard, you know? So adding different lighting options. I really like these kind of floor lamps, like the Noguchi or Akari light sculptures. I really love these, you know, kind of like glowing moments from the floor. I think they're really pretty, and that warm glow is definitely fall to me. So preparing your space for the cold months with lighting, I think is a great way to subtly decorate for fall. The fall time is the best time to make sure all of your lighting is squared away. This one might be obvious too, but adding texture and layers with throw blankets, chunky knit throw blankets in particular, are something that I think are really beautiful. It just looks like a sweater for your sofa. You don't really need them in the summer, you know, maybe a few pillows, but throw blankets I feel like aren't as important. So definitely decorating for fall. I like things like introducing plaids and, like I said, chunky knits. I think are both great textural options, as well as maybe even covering your sofa with more fabric like this. I really like textural elements. It just makes your space look more cozy, which is exactly the feeling that I like to evoke for fall. Even like Afghans in unexpected places like this, like I just like this on the back of this dining chair. Afghans in general, I think, are another great layer for your space. Wooden objects, I think replacing your glass or ceramic vases and trays and catch-alls with wooden ones is a great way to have a little bit more warmth in your space, just having more wood inside. I don't think that you need to do this for everything in your house, pick and choose, but I'd say like if there's a vase that's always sitting on your mantle or something, like having a wooden vase there just for the winter months or for fall, as well as maybe like just replacing your catch-all, and then you just do that, and then in the spring you switch it back, you know, just to freshen things up. And wood obviously has that kind of amber color that that is you know, everywhere during fall. Reminds me of in Devil Wears Prada, florals for spring, groundbreaking. I think that a great way to decorate for fall, subtly, is just with floral arrangements. You know, you could do it with color. I don't think it has to be oranges and yellows like this, but something like this where it's like a little bit plummier. I think something like this is a great fall palette that isn't overly obvious. I also think it's a great time for dried arrangements. If you can figure out a way to have a dried arrangement like this, let us all know in the comments. I think that this is some sort of dried fern. Either way, it's beautiful. I have a couple of dried flower shops in my local area, so see if you have any near you. And you know, I think even like places like Michael's and Joann's have a dried flower section that isn't like the fake flower arrangement stuff. I think that sometimes they'll have like, you know, remember when pampas were like real popular? I think they still have like different dried fronds and things. Even like Anthropology, when I worked there, we definitely had dried stems that you could buy, you know? So if you want to shop online, or if you have an anthro near you, or if you have, what's the, oh, I wish I had Alyssa right here next to me to tell me the anthro store that they have like a greenhouse thing. I'll put the name here. I don't remember what it's called, but they probably have stuff like that. Super simple again. Layering your bedding, doing darker tones or just more layers in general, bringing some texture in. I think this is so beautiful, this like chocolate brown at the end of, if you have a white bed all year round, why not throw in another neutral? Throw in a dark brown or this like, you know, I feel like this has kind of like plummy undertones. So beautiful for fall. Okay, the last thing that I have on my list of things you could do for subtle fall decor is turning your books around on your bookshelves. I don't like this look all of the time, but I love it done in this photo. I think it looks so nice. And they still have the orange ones facing out too, so you can kind of pick and choose. But I do think that this looks really nice, kind of like dark academia vibes, you know, in my opinion. Because not all, I think books are beautiful, but I think it's a really popular trend in like the literary community to have like bright colors right now. It's more eye-catching. Like I think 95% of the books I read are a pink cover. So I do think that flipping everything around so you just see the pages just for fall looks really nice. And that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed my subtle fall decor. I just personally, you know, and I'll probably put out like a bowl of gourds at some point, like everybody else. And then before I cook them, especially because, let me show you guys my community garden. Oh my gosh, if you guys care. I have so much butternut squash growing in my community garden. It's out of control. Our garden is out of control. We had no idea what we were doing. We overplanted, and so it's doing so well. These are all my squash babies. So I'm definitely gonna have a bowl of squash in my kitchen, you know? I also highly recommend having a black cat this time of year. Very important. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know what you think in the comments. And thank you guys for sticking around. I really appreciate when you guys like, comment, and subscribe. And it always makes my day. Love interacting with you guys. So that's all. Feeling grateful. I'll see you guys next Sunday. Love you. Bye.